Did you know that your RV's propane detector has an expiration date? These important, life-saving devices are super easy to replace, and we'll show you how, so stay tuned. A propane detector is a very important safety device for detecting the presence of this combustible gas inside your RV. It can find the presence of propane long before your nose can smell that familiar rotten egg scent that's thanks to a chemical that propane producers add to this normally odorless gas. These devices, however, do have a limited lifespan, which is normally 5 to 7 years following the manufacture date. Our propane detector actually began malfunctioning ahead of its expiration date. It started sounding an alarm about once every 24 hours, usually while we were trying to fall asleep. Now, there are other causes that can prompt a propane detector to sound an alarm. That includes, most commonly, a low battery condition in your RV. However, also spraying aerosols or regular cleaning chemicals in the vicinity of the propane detector can set the alarm off as well. We explored very carefully to make absolutely certain that we did not have a propane leak. However, once we did so, we were fairly confident that our unit was simply malfunctioning. Both propane and combination propane carbon monoxide detectors are available at a reasonable cost. If yours detects only propane, why not replace it with a combination detector to gain that extra margin of safety? These detectors are available at most RV parts supply stores, or even online from sources like Amazon. They're also relatively inexpensive. Ours is a combination detector from RV Safe. So let's get to work replacing our malfunctioning detector. Like most, ours is held into the wall by 2 screws, which we'll simply remove to gain access to the 12-volt wiring that brings power to the detector. Your detector is almost assuredly located somewhere near the floor, as propane gases are heavier than air and therefore settle in low points. With those 2 screws removed, we'll remove the old detector and pull the wiring out from inside the wall to access the existing wiring connectors. You may see that our detector is wired into the RV's 12-volt system using cap connectors. Polarity is important. The red wires are the positive leads, whereas the white and black wires are negative. We'll use some wire cutters to remove the old cap connectors and the old detector from the power leads, being careful to not drop the power leads back through the hole in the wall, where they may be difficult to retrieve. Next, we'll strip about a ½ inch of insulation from each wire. If you've never used one of these automatic wire strippers before, they're far easier to use than the plier type wire strippers. Thanks to our viewer Ken Arnold of Nebraska for gifting us these after watching us struggle with the plier type in some of our earlier episodes. Now we'll just twist the bare exposed wires together in preparation for connecting our new detector to the existing power leads. Our detector is mounted on a circuit that also powers other devices, which is why there are 2 positive leads and 2 negative leads. Your detector may be connected to only one of each. Now, because we have 2 of each, we'll twist together the 2 positives and the 2 negatives. Next, we'll add the positive and negative wires from the new detector to the corresponding power leads. We'll crimp on new cap connectors to secure our connections. After crimping, it's always a good idea to give the wires a light tug test to ensure a good crimp. The green light confirms that we have power to the new detector and our connections are good before we put everything back together. All that's left to do is mount the new detector to the wall with the 2 existing screws. These detectors have a test button, which we'll also depress to ensure that the detector is functioning correctly. As we have shown you, this is a very simple, yet often overlooked maintenance task in your RV for the safety of you and your family. It may even behoove you now to go check the expiration date on your propane detector. And if it's not yet reached end of life, set yourself a calendar reminder to change it out before it starts to fail. That could even save you a ruined camping trip when that alarm starts sounding in the middle of the night when you're all trying to sleep. We hope that you found this information useful to you. If you like this episode, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up down below. And while you're down below, that's where you'll find the comments section. That's where we'd love to hear from you after each grand adventure and answer any questions or comments you may have about your propane detector. We air new outdoor RV adventure travel episodes every Wednesday evening. So if you're not yet a grand adventurer yourself, now is the perfect time for you to go smash that little subscribe button right down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. And ring that notification bell to be sure that you never miss a grand adventure. Finally, we would be truly honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media. So until next Wednesday, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then.